What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar with C-Zar Gets Crypto, and we are talking about Bitcoin Cash today. Shout out to the Dragon Riders and the House of the Dragon. We are chilling. We've been chilling, man. We really haven't been doing much for the past week or so, have we? I mean, we've been clinging to the edge of our seats. We are more or less in a kind of critical area. I think our true colors are showing, right? We closed below this low here, barely. Just like we closed above this high here, barely. Closed below it. We got a little bit of continuation back. We had a very neutral day yesterday, and it looks kind of, in my opinion, like we're finding, if I was to put a line right here at this daily close, we're finding resistance on this line, which to me does look bearish. It definitely does look bearish. Now, it's still, you can see, right? It's still not too significant one way or another to turn this bearishness into... Now, hold on. Why is it... Coinbase, I have questions for you. How come this 4 hour, where... Oh, okay, because it's at the... Okay. It's my presumptuousness got me in the wrong here. So the day did close red, and it closed here, but the day closed on this green 4 hour. So that's where that line is. Okay, so again, but what I was saying before I confused myself there, and hopefully none of you, but it wouldn't take much for this thing to start looking more confusing. Again, just close above this line here on a 4 hour basis or on a daily basis. A daily basis might be a little bit more confusing, but close above that, and then we're back in this range of I don't know what to do with it land, you know, back in this kind of like, are we going up or are we going down? Right now, my bias would be to the downside, and even throughout all this, it was to the downside. But you know, I have not sweat, and I've said this before, I have not sweat throughout this whole range on us going lower like I have here. I like no problem on any of these highs, even this big bad boy right here, no problem. But this one had me hanging to the edge of my seat. And why? Why? Because with this last pump, we did close again, and you guys know the rendition. We closed above this. Oh no! I spent so much time drawing that line above this descending trend line. We actually came down, found support on it, and then came off. The way this looks, you know, to a certain degree, like if I take away the resistance lines here, to a certain degree it looks bullish, right? Like sure, you got a lower low here, whatever, but you found support on this line and you're still hanging out above it. You could come down and find support on it again and then run up. You know, maybe you're looking to find support on this trend line here. Maybe you come down at the apex right there, this little focal point where they both intersect. Maybe you don't. Maybe you shit the bed from here and you go down. I don't know. I am in the camp of believing that we do go lower, that we do have a low that's lower than this, a low that's lower than that inevitably. But first things first, we need to get back below this line. We need to break through this line here, right? We need to break through that line, and then we need to break through that low. If we break through both of these lines, I don't think this low is going to stand a chance. I really don't. But this low, there is a possibility we could have a double bottom. That there is the possibility. And a double bottom generally is more or less exact, but it could be a slightly higher double bottom. It could be a slightly lower double bottom. It doesn't have to be exact, but I would be curious to see, and I am actually going to put, I don't have it now, but I am going to put another buy order in. My biggest buy order in crypto for Bitcoin Cash is at 145, but I'm going to put another small buy order in right there at about I'm going to do 169 just for funsies. Maybe do, I don't know, just a smaller buy order, but still something, because the potential for a double bottom definitely is there. But looking at the daily RSI here, we have this hidden bearish divergence where you have a high and a higher high, you have a high here and a lower high. You did actually, I wouldn't call this bearish divergence, but technically it is, right? You have a high and a lower high here, where you have a high and a higher high, so that is bearish divergence with hidden bearish divergence, but generally you see bearish divergences play out more when they're in the overbought or oversold zones. You don't see divergences play out within the band so often. I heard that from Eric Crown like years ago, and I've found that to be true personally, but not always. There's always exceptions, you know, so it depends. If you want to see, like me, you want to see the red dragon take flight, you want to see this thing go to the downside and set fire to Lake Town, you are probably looking for a close on the daily that's lower than this day here, right? The last low that we got. Get a lower daily close. Down below about $208, $207.84. If we can close below that, I would think that at that point it's a lot more convincing. Because right here, even though, yes, we have a lower daily close here, I'm not completely convinced. We are very, very close. It's still, even though it's so boring, even though yesterday we had a day close where it was 0.19% of a movement throughout, like from open to close. Even though it's like that, we are still right at this line. We're very close to it. So if we break above it, by breaking above it, I don't mean wicking above it, I mean closing above it. On a 4-hour or a daily would be more preferable. Then I would say the ball goes back into the Bulls' court. Right now it's in the Bears' court, but they can lose that. The Bears have the option to send it down here. Look at the RSI even on the 4-hour here. You are at the 50 area, potentially finding resistance there. That would be nice to see. And a move like that would take us probably lower than this low here, and that could take us below this purple line. That would be, we could stand to make a move today, maybe tomorrow, maybe technically the next day, like tomorrow, but after the daily close tomorrow, we could stand to make a move like over the next couple days, is what I'm trying to say, below $200. And if we see that, that would be nice. That'd be really nice for us red Dragon Riders out there. It wouldn't be so nice for the green Dragon Riders, but controversially to that, if you are looking for some of the green side, you want the green dragon to take flight and bust out of his mom's basement, as Mr. Andy Overton would say, stop being a couch potato and actually get off his ass and do some flights here. You'd want to close above this white line to start, and then ultimately, of course, you want to close above these daily highs here, and beyond that, form a higher high for your first time since June. And if you can do that, you have higher highs, higher lows. We are officially in an uptrend. I will default to being bullish at that point, and I'll have to move my buy orders up. I want to be clear. I want to be very clear. A break, for me, this is how I'm treating it. This, you guys do your own thing. A break above this does not mean I'm buying. That's not what that means. I'm not. If we see a move like this, I am not going to be buying up here. No. I will wait until we have a higher low, wherever that low comes in. Maybe it matches up with this line, right? Maybe it does that. It could even be lower than this low. We could go higher and then go lower and then go higher, something like that. But if we get a higher high here, I'm not going to buy it. I'm not going to buy it even if it continues to go up. I'm going to wait for a pullback. I don't care if I have to wait till it goes higher than the current price. I will buy happily higher at a previous area of resistance that turns into support than I would here, where we could potentially be rejecting a previous area of support that it has turned into resistance. So that's just me personally. I feel like that's the safer method. Yes, if it goes up from here and it never returns to these lows, yes, this would be the prime opportunity to buy. But we don't know that. There's not really conclusive evidence one way or another. The thing that I can say as of right now is the chart is still bearish. We still have lower highs. We have lower lows, but here we have higher lows. But ultimately, we're still in a downtrend, so I give it to that. The fact that we did have a lower daily close here would entitle me to believe that we are going to go lower, but we don't have to. We don't have to. Let's see, from low to high here, finding support on the 382. I hate that, but we are finding support on the 382. That could mean that we go up from here. If we can break below that line, that would be, again, kind of right there with that daily close. That would be really significant, and likely bring us down to this 61869 area, which again is right below $200. We are above the 50 on the daily long-term RSI, which would kind of hint at any move below this purple line being a potential area to buy as well. Though I don't know. Man. Hearing myself talk, I'm like, maybe I should set a buy order up in this little range too. Maybe I'll do that. I don't know. I probably won't because I'm stubborn. I think selling out and putting a buy order in at 169 itself is enough for me. But it could bottom out right there. Look at that 618 to 0.69. It lines up very well with this line here. We could do that over the next, like by the end of this month, over the next week or so. But maybe not. I don't know. Hard to say because we're still doing nothing. We've been in the same range for basically a week, a little bit over a week now, like 10 days. So show me something, Bitcoin Cash. Make a move. I know I missed making a video yesterday, guys. I'm sorry about that, but I know there's some people that feel like they have to make a video every day. If something significant happened, I would have made a video. I don't care what like kind of status I'm in, but yesterday I was a little bit silly. I had some drinks with my friends, but on a 0.19% percent day, I don't feel too obligated to make a video. You know, I have a life too, and sometimes life overtakes the things that I want to do, and I do like making these videos, man. I want to make them every single day, but enough about that. Enough about that. We're here to talk about TA and looking at this thing from top to bottom, disrespecting this 382 area. I don't know, man. Another thing that kind of lines up with that 618 to 69 area on this relative fib is this 236. It's like literally right at the 619, so, or the 69. So finding support at 193 could be a telling sign. I might not buy there, but if we had a bounce up there and came back to these prices, I might buy there. Which is kind of out of character for me because I wouldn't normally buy on the way up of something, but that would look constructive enough for me to kind of not be willing to risk it. I might buy. But anyways, waiting to see what Bitcoin Cash does. We are patiently waiting. I'm patiently waiting. I'm definitely patient as hell with this thing, man. It can chill for a little bit, but it's going to make a move at some point, one way or another. We're going to go up or down. Let's look at this 4-hour RSI. I really would love to see a rejection off of this 50 here. Contrary to that, you know, if we don't, we might get a support bounce off of this kind of 50 area on the daily RSI, an area that we actually found resistance before twice over here even. We might find support on it, which would look good for the bulls. Not only that, but you are in this kind of like ascending, like you have higher lows here and higher highs potentially in the RSI. That would look good. So break down, get down. If not, you know, just don't go up too much higher, please. And that's really all I have to say. So if you guys like the video, leave a thumbs up, subscribe to see more. What it would take for me to be bullish again would be a break really above this day here. You know, a higher high really is what it would take. I would start to sweat if we got back above this daily close here. Sure, I would start to sweat a little bit more. We'd just be basically back in this range of like who knows where. But what would make me feel secure really would probably be getting below this purple line here. And truthfully, the real thing that made me feel secure is breaking below this ascending line that we have here. If we can get below that, or maybe you know, we come down and we like bounce, but we like hug it a little bit, something like that, I would feel pretty secure that we are going to go down at least to this low, if not lower. I still have my biggest buy order set at 145, and I have not moved it. I don't plan on moving it, but if I see things that are different in the charts, I'll be forced into moving it. So that's all I got for you guys. Again, take care. Thank you all. Bye-bye.